Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm going to use this same colour palette as I did last time. This is the piece that I did previously, and I'm going to use the colour palette to just do an open cup. So the previous painting was a travelling open cup. This is a 12 by 12 inch canvas, and I'm going to use a black base using the same colour palette but just doing the open cup as opposed to the travelling open cup. And what I'm really excited to do is to see what different kind of design we can create using exactly the same colour palette. So, the base is down, let's see what we can create. So, I'm going to put the open cup stroke cookie cutter just directly in the middle of the canvas. I think the middle is about there. And then I'm going to use the colours and I'm going to layer them up. And then I'm going to release them slowly by lifting up the cup to release the paint onto the canvas, and I'll do that a couple of times just to see what kind of creation we can create on this canvas. So I'm not going to use too much paint, but I am going to layer each colour and each tone in this cup, and then once I've done that I'm going to lift it up. I'm glad that paper didn't drop into the canvas. I'm going to lift it up and release the paint onto the canvas and hopefully create a really good design. One of my favourites, this blue-green colour by Pebeo. Or Pebeo. Oh, I always say it wrong. Okay, so here we go. Lifting it up slightly and then back down again. Lifting it up slightly and then back down again. Oh, here we go. Here come the colours. Here come the burst of colours. Lifting it up and then down, up, down. There we go. So that's most of the paint out of there. I'm not going to rush this. I lift it up quite slowly and release the paint and then just kind of see what design it creates. So I think what I'll do is I'll do another layer. In we go, and I'm just going to layer it into the cup one by one. And then the idea is just to release it. So on the last one that I did, on the last design, I didn't keep the cup in the same place. I moved it around the canvas, and that's what that means with the travelling cup. This is just stationary, so this is just an open cup. Okay, so releasing the paint slowly onto the canvas. I'm very mindful about the amount of paint on the canvas because I think I say it on everything. I don't want to have too much of paint to kind of push over to the edges. I think I'm going to put a little bit of black in the middle. Yeah. Shall I? Yes. Decisions. Okay, I'm going to just drop a little bit of the black into the middle. Wow, you know what this looks like? It's like an eye. Yeah, I'm done. I'm finished. I love the design. That's it, the end. I'm only joking. I'm going to take you in for a closer look so you can see what I can see. But it's definitely an eye. Yeah. I'm going to torch the bubbles. I've got some air bubbles in there. Let me just torch those through. Guys, I can't believe how much this wasn't intended to create an eye, but it really does look like an eye. And part of me just doesn't want to stretch it out now because I actually really like this design. I am going to have to stretch it out though because there is so much paint in the middle of that canvas. But let me take you in just so you can have a little look. So you can see what I can see. Okay, so here we go. Doesn't it look like an eye? It's going to be really interesting because there are cells popping up all the way around this kind of circular design. And the black is almost like the veins and the blood vessels. But yeah, wow. I think I'm going to torch it. There are some more air bubbles. I'm going to torch it and then I'm going to stretch it out. Oh, I really don't want to stretch it out. I really like it. But no, come on. I had a plan in my head. I've got a design in my head that I was going to create, and I would like to keep some of the negative space, so the black that you see, the black tone, but I'm going to just stretch this over the sides just to kind of see what kind of creation we can get. I think I'm going to lose quite a lot of that copper, but I would like to stretch out that middle bit, that gold colour and the blue-green colour, just to kind of see what composition we can go for. You can tell that I'm so indecisive about stretching it out because I really like that as it is. I might try that again. I'm going to try this one again and just see if I can create this eye kind of design again. So let's stretch it out. I'm just going to get a feel for how much paint is on the canvas and know really where that block of paint is. It is literally directly in the middle, because I just literally did an open cup. I didn't make it travel, so I'm just swirling it around a little bit just to kind of break some of those black lines up. I can see more cells are forming, which is great, but I'm actually maintaining that middle part, which is really, really interesting. And I think by putting that black directly in the middle was a really good decision. So I'm just swirling it around. You can see the layer of paint that there is. So off that edge first, a bit more off that edge, that's it. And then I'm going to basically draw the paint back into the middle. There's some really interesting lines forming, and I'll show you the close-ups of those shortly, but I really love this colour palette. And you've seen the first design that I did with exactly the same colour palette, and now this is the second one, and it's almost like an Agate Crystal kind of design, which is really, really interesting. And I'm really pleased that I've kind of demonstrated that you can get two very different designs using that same colour palette. So once you've kind of got your design down, it's then all about the composition and the perspective that you're looking at it from. So I'm just kind of working that design now on that canvas. I'm really, really happy with some of those lines that are forming. You'll see the lines that are closer to you. They're really, really interesting, but I've also managed to keep some of the cells on the far side, so a good combination within this piece. So I'm just looking at the composition. I really do like the two dark edges, and I don't think I'm going to tip any more of that over the edge. I'm just kind of evening it out. But yeah, I really like those two edges because I feel that it helps you draw your own eye into the middle of that picture, and then it kind of lets you see all that detail. So let me just take you in for a closer look of the wet version, and you'll see exactly what I see. That gold colour and that copper colour is just so rich, and it's been really interesting to see how all those lines and those contours have kind of stayed, and then almost above that there's those cells, and then you kind of go back into the crater, or the Agate Crystal design as I would refer to it. It's a really interesting piece. What do you see in this piece? Abstract art is always very subjective to the eye of the beholder, and it's really interesting to see what everyone sees from different pieces. That's my thing. I love feedback. I love to know what you think, and I'd love to know what you see in this piece. Can you see what I see? And are there other objects that you can see that maybe I haven't been able to see yet? I'd love to hear from you, so just drop those in the comments below, and I'd love to hear your feedback. Okay, so that's the wet version. I'll just do a couple more close-ups of the wet version so you can see the actual design, and then I'm crossing absolutely everything to make sure that the vibrancy and the design stays well on that canvas. Here's the dried version. I'm really proud that the design has kind of maintained and the colours are vibrant. I haven't provided a coating of gloss varnish yet. I always gloss varnish my pieces. I'm yet to do that, but just to show you that some of that detail is just really fascinating, and actually it's quite mesmerising. I'd love to hear what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to hear from you soon. Take care. Bye.